Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Galactic Geek, and welcome to my review of Set 8038, the Battle of Endor. The set was released in 2009, contains 890 pieces, and retailed for $100. If this format sounds familiar to you, it's because I took it from M&R Productions. I am not copying him, but I simply thought it was a good format to use. Please no copyright strike. Anyways, this set is possibly one of my all-time favorites. I recently did a live stream of me building the set, and that live stream went very well. Now, this set is going to be, in my opinion, the best LEGO set ever, and I will tell you why, but first let's get into the minifigs. Our first minifigure of the bunch is the just normal Scout Trooper. We'll start things off on the Imperial side. This is a regular Scout Trooper, nothing really fancy or special about him. And why is he out of, okay, I thought he was out of focus. But it's a very nice Scout Trooper, plain black head, everything. Nothing too fancy about him. You do get two of them, but I'm not going to show you two troopers because literally they are in fact the same. Same black head, same torso, same leggings. So, very nice figure to have. It's nice to get two of them to accompany the two speeder bikes, or if you want to do the Ewok chase with the Scout Trooper chases the Ewok, that's also okay. But it is very nice that you get two of these. Let's move on to the next figure. Staying on the Imperial side of things, we have the Imperial Trooper. He is more commonly known as the Imperial Death Star Trooper, but he is actually an Imperial Trooper because there are actually two factions of the Imperial Army. There's the Imperial Army, and then there's the Stormtrooper Corps. These are the regular troopers that you'll find on the ground if you are not dealing with Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers are the more elite of the Star Wars universe. He does come with a regular nice printed torso. No printing on the back, however. Excuse me. Has a nice headpiece. No double-sided printing. This was before double-sided printing, but it is a very nice figure to have to add to the collection. Let's move on to the Rebel side of things. Decided I would move the figure closer to see how this looks. This is the Rebel Commando, and I just dropped his blaster, but that is okay. So we have a Rebel Commando. He has a nice backpack, and if I were to take that off, he does have very nice back printing, to say the least. Nice back printing, fairly standard for a normal Rebel Trooper. You do get two of these guys in the set. You get one with this face, and then you get another that is in fact bearded. Same everything else, same backpack, same torso. Nothing too special about them, but it is nice that you get two of them. You kind of reenact Han Solo luring the Scout Trooper behind the bunker and then him being waiting there with the Rebel Commandos. So it's very nice that you get a few of these just to kind of help you fight the Battle of Endor for the Rebels, because the Rebels are facing some speeder bikes, an ATST, and an Imperial bunker. Let's keep moving. Moving on to our furry little friends that live on the Force Moon of Endor, here we have Chief Chirpa. He does have a Lego-built staff, which I believe is a very nice touch to it. It is a very nice mold that he has, even the little details on his, I guess, hood thing. Very nice built staff, nothing too special about it. It does have two little horns at the top, if you can see that. But under it, nothing special, just a regular gray torso. Very nice that you get three of these Ewoks, so let's move on to the next one. Next up on our list of Ewoks is Logray. He has a very nice torso print. He has a very nice mold, as well. Nothing too insanely special about him. He does have a little leaf kind of patch here, and he has another bit of, nice detailed printing. Take his mold off. Nothing too special about him, just a normal Ewok. Very nice. Let's move on to our final Ewok. And here we have our most well-known Ewok of the bunch, Wicket. He is the main Ewok that helps the Rebels when they land on the Force Moon of Endor. Comes with a bow and arrow. Very nice to see that. Again, very nice mold. Same mold for all three of them, except it's just in different colors. Once again, his one's a bit harder to get off, but nonetheless, can come off easily enough. Nothing too special on the torso. Very nice mold, though, especially with the stitching at the top. I'll show that. And yes, let's move on to the heroes of the Rebel side of this set. We will start things off with our lovely friend R2-D2. He has a very nice figure. Again, this is the standard figure for the 2009 era, especially for R2. Nothing too crazy with Astromechs back then, but he still looked good. Nice, very nice torso print, nice head printing. Losing words here, but that's okay. He is a very nice figure, very posable. Well, as posable as Astromech can be. You can make him do. He did a flip. For those of you who watch the stream, you're welcome. And let's move on to the more human characters. Well, not necessarily human. And here we have the almighty Chewbacca. He's a very nice figure, very nice. Again, nice mold, nothing too special about the figure. Take this off, blank torso. This is the area of LEGO when Chewbacca had no eyes, which is a kind of funny area. And if I were to, in fact, get a newer Chewbacca and put him side by side, you can really see that LEGO has improved on the Chewbacca figure. We're not looking at no eyes anymore. We're now looking at very nice mold, some printing on the mold, very better printing on it than back in 2009. Bit of fur coloration there. It's a very nice, but we're not looking at that. We're looking at 2009. 2009 did a good job for what it was. And I do like this Chewbacca. It's very nostalgic. Let's move on to Chewbacca's partner in crime, or heroics, whichever they depend on. And here we have Han Solo, Captain the Millennium Falcon. Or Falcon, as he says it. I personally think it's Falcon, but that's an argument for another day. Again, no back printing, but it is a very nice figure to have. It's very nostalgic, especially for me, because I love the older Han Solo. Again, hairpiece. No double-sided face. Once again, this is the era of no double-sided face printing. You do get a nice blaster with him. Nice leg printing as well, which is... he's the only character in this set to actually have leg printing. So, it's very nice to see that. Let's move on to Han Solo's, shall we say, love interest. Our final figure in this set is the lovely Princess Leia. She comes with a very nice hairpiece, which is very neat to see. There's a hole up top, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, that is for a crown that can be placed on her. However, don't quote me on that. She does have very nice torso printing, actually also has back printing as well. Comes with a blaster as well. Not sure about the blue legs, not sure if that's accurate, but it looks good on the figure. Let's get on to some of the builds. The first thing we're going to be looking at is the Ewok Lighter. In order for this glider to actually work, you must have a minifigure, because the minifigure is held on to this little clip here. He clips onto there and holds the glider in place. Excuse me. The glider is very well made with these custom wing pieces, which look very nice. Has a bit of a Technic bit there. Actually uses fishing rods, interestingly enough, to make kind of the braces for the glider. Down here in the back, we have a little, if the glider doesn't want to fall over, and it's going to try, but it will fail, you have this little mechanism in the back. If you lift this up, you can drop a rock. It actually landed up. That's actually cool. The glider does not want to land upside, though, and it will continue to fall over unless I hold it here. That is the one problem. You can leave it like this, but if you try and move it and place it, it's probably going to fall over. That is one thing to keep in mind for a play feature of this set. Now let's move on to the next build. This next build is the Ewok Catapult. It comes with a spear in the back, also clipped there for Wicket's bow. And if you were to say take one of these rocks that's put on there, and you were to put on the catapult, you could actually fire it. So we'll fire it here in 3, 2, 1. That was a very pitiful throw, but if I were to actually do it with full force, this would be flying, sent into the wall, and then back here, which I will demonstrate. Unless it wants to fall off, but it didn't. And like I said, it went away, but we will get it later. This catapult is very good for what it does, is a very simple yet effective mechanism, and I think it's perfect for what it is. The nice foliage down there for camouflage. It is a very cool build, and LEGO just does not do builds like these anymore, which I will get to in my full-out overview. Let's move on to the Imperial side of things. In this set, you get 2 speeder bikes, which are exactly the same, so one of them is just going to go bye-bye. It is bye-bye now. So we'll take a look at the speeder bike. It's a very nice speeder bike. Has the lightsaber hilts of his blasters on the front. Very nice build in the back. Backpack on the back as usual. Uses a different slope than the newer ones. I kind of like the newer ones better, but it works for 2009. It's just a very basic speeder bike. Here we have kind of the thruster there, that black pipe. or horn, megaphone, whatever you want to call it. It's a very nice speeder. Nice that you get 2 of them, especially since this is a very much play set and not necessarily a display set. But very nice speeder bikes all in all. Let's move on to the AT. Here we have one of the main builds of the set, the Atst. This is actually smaller than the 2016 one. For those of you who watched my live stream, you will saw the comparison I did. It's a very nice build. Head does go 360 if you want. You can open up this. You can open up this hatch to put a figure inside. Let me move it under the light. You can put a figure inside there, or you can just open the entire top and put a figure inside there. Has this blaster cannon on the side that can do a full 360 degrees. Also on the other side of the Atst, it has this flick fire missile. We all know how flick fire missiles work, but just for the sake of the review, it go pew. These cannons can move up and down to show kind of the range of the Atst's movement. Like I said, the head can move side to side. And the Atst has a very interesting feature, and we're going to ignore that, because the Atst, as you can see, there's this kind of gear in the back. If you were to lift up the Atst, as you can kind of see, it'll walk. Except not really, because if you're trying to play with this, you couldn't really make it walk unless you're like very good at things, but it'll just fall over. So it is a nice piece anyways. It's nice that it came with the set to kind of balance out the number of rebels versus the number of Imperials. So let's move on to the final piece of this set, and that is the Imperial bunker. The bunker is the biggest piece of this set, and that can be explained very simply. It is a play set. It is meant to be played inside. If we were to turn this thing around, you see that you have a nice interior with swivelly chairs. Who doesn't love a good swivelly chair? These kind of canister things, you have holders for blasters there and there, and also you have these 2 things at the top, as well as being able to open and close the doors, separately of course, but it is still very cool to see the bunker from the front with the doors closed. Very nice feature. And while we're at the front, we might as well do the main feature of this set. If you see these 2 half dome pieces here, you'll see that they are sticking up. And that is because if you press them down, you can essentially blow up the bunker. This is a very nice play feature that I think LEGO needs to do more of. They don't do play features like this much anymore. Another neat play feature, which is also kind of reminiscent of the era, is you can actually pull this bunker apart to be an even bigger play set. This is a very large set, and I am glad that it has been made because it is one of my favorite sets of all time for a LEGO Star Wars set. Now let's get on to my final opinion, and I will give this set a number out of 10. In my opinion, the Battle of Endor is one of the best LEGO Star Wars sets of all time. You get a great selection of minifigures, 12 of them, and you also get a nice quantity of them. You get some really cool mini builds to accompany the main build, which is the bunker. You get a nice little glider, Ewok Lighter here. You get a nice little Ewok Catapult. You get 2 Imperial speeder bikes, and you get an Atst. I cannot think of a better LEGO set, which is why this set receives a 10 out of 10 for me. The only thing that could have made this better is if they could have included maybe a stormtrooper. That is literally it. An extra minifigure is literally the only complaint I have with this set. It is very cool. It's a very nice interior as well in there. It's very cool builds all around. Great playability. And at the time, the set retailed for only $100. If this set was made in 2020, you would be probably looking at a $200-something price point. It is an expensive set, and I was able to pick this up on an app called Mercari for about $115, which I think is what it would be with the inflation price. So, everyone, thank you for watching my review of this amazing LEGO Star Wars set. If you like this set, please like this video, comment on this video, and share this video to those of you who like this set or just like LEGO Star Wars in general. Be sure to comment down below if you want to see more reviews like this, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later, and remember, Fools will be with you always. Peace out, everyone.